Thank you. I want to recommend particularly the book entitled A 17th Century View of European Libraries. Every time a copy is sold, the University of California telephones me because they're so excited. One or two preliminary announcements. The first has to do with the institution where I am currently dean, the Simon Greenleaf School of Law. This institution exists to integrate law and theology. And the reason that I mention it is that I am in the integration business. I am concerned with the integration of historic Christianity as represented by the ecumenical creeds and the various disciplines that constitute modern university life. To my way of thinking, the modern university has become a cafeteria where one moves along with one's tray, picks up various diverse items of fascinating information, and never really acquires an education. An education requires some kind of integrative principle, and hopefully that integrative principle will accord with the facts, with reality, as the way, with the universe as it actually is. And so I very much appreciate the opportunity to come here and deliver the Pascal Lectures, which exist also to provide that kind of integration. And I cannot resist giving you my favorite quotation from Pascal before we get into the subject of the lectures. This is Pensée, numéro 430, number 430. Il y a assez d'obscurité pour ceux qui ont une disposition il y a assez de lumière pour ceux qui ne désirent que de voir, et assez d'obscurité pour ceux qui ont une disposition contraire. This translates, for those of you who are not bilingual, as you ought to be here in Canada, there is enough light for those who really want to see it, and there's also enough darkness for those who have a contrary disposition. The application of that parabolic quotation will come out in the course of these two evenings together. Our subject is human rights, and this is a very popular subject today. No one is against human rights. Human rights is like apple pie, motherhood, and the flag, and you can take the flag as the American flag or the Canadian flag or whatever. No one is against human rights. Everyone considers human rights to be a positive value. But the fact is that there is tremendous confusion as to the nature of human rights and as to the implementation of them. And although it's awkward for me, not being a Canadian, to provide a Canadian example of such confusion, but I'm going to do it. From the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. As you probably know, the preamble begins as follows. Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. Very interesting. What that appears to say is that the source of human rights here in Canada is a transcendent source. But then we proceed to the final major section of the Act, the application of the Charter. And here we have the famous exception clause. And the clause reads as follows. This is 33 subsection 1. Parliament or the legislature of a province may expressly declare in an act of Parliament or of the legislature, as the case may be, that the act or a provision thereof shall operate notwithstanding a provision included in Section 2 or Section 7 through 15 of this Charter. Now, if you check Sections 2 and Sections 7 through 15, you find that these contain all of the substantive rights of the Charter. Section 2, fundamental freedoms. Everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: conscience and religion, thought, belief, opinion, and expression, including freedom of the press, freedom of peaceful assembly, and freedom of association. And you go to Section 7 and following, and you have life, liberty, and the security of the person, protection against search or seizure, detention or imprisonment, arrest or detention, and proceedings in criminal and penal matters. This goes on to the treatment of punishment.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?